Darling, I can't believe it. You're home. And you're in Adam's bed.
Hello, Mother.
May I?
Oh, please come in.
Where's Adam?
He had to go out.
Darling, what's all this paper?
None of your business.
The divorce agreement. This is what cut you off without a penny. Oh, Liza, I hate to disillusion you, but you can't nullify this just by ripping it up. Adam might have other copies.
I didn't rip it up. Adam did.
He did? Oh, darling. That's wonderful. I'm thrilled for you. But what brought this about?
You were right.
Well, of course I was right, darling. About what?
He loves me. He told me that he loves me.
Oh, Liza. Oh, finally. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I hope now maybe you'll listen to me from now on.
Well, yeah. I just think that maybe it could happen, you know? That we could have a life together, that Adam and I could raise a child and have a family, a family that I never thought that I could ever have.
Well, this is what I've always wanted for you. For you to be happy. And here you are. Happy at last. Oh, Liza. You know something? You've changed. You've mellowed. I think loving Adam has done that for you. I have never seen you so at peace with yourself before.
I am at peace with myself. And you know, I think Adam feels the same way.
Frank Miller?
Mr. Chandler? What are you doing?
Waiting for you. We need to talk.
I really don't feel like I want to talk.
It's not really an option, Frank. Get in the car. Now. Close the window.
What do you want to talk about?
Turbine blades.
Blades?
Mm-hmm. Specifically, the turbine blades that were installed in the engines of Transglobal Flight 149, the one that crashed.
What about them?
You're the purchasing manager for Corview. Where'd you get them?
Let me see, Lorimer Steel?
No, I don't think so.
Well, we buy a lot of our parts from them.
No, not anymore. A few days ago, another Transglobal flight was grounded because the turbine blades disintegrated.
I heard about that. It wasn't serious, how?
Oh, you don't consider that serious.
No, I...
These blades did not come from Lorimer. They were purchased from a fly-by-night company in some country I've never even heard of. What do you know about that?
Okay. So I bought some parts overseas. They were cheaper.
For God's sake, man, you don't put cheap parts in an airplane that's going to fly passengers or even a cargo plane. Do you know who was on that plane, the one that crashed?
No, sir, I don't.
Some very good friends of mine, including a young woman who died, leaving 2 small children without a mother. And her death and the deaths of those other people are on your head.
Oh. No, sir, no way you're going to pin this on me. No. If anybody is to blame, it's you.
I guess my job here is done.
Your job?
Acting as go-between for you and Adam. Now that you're back together, you don't need your mother running around here. So, I guess I better move out and move on, huh?
I think that would be a good idea. I mean, I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh, well, you didn't. I mean, my feelings are that happily married couples in love should need some time alone together. Of course, I'm going to have to take some time to pack and find somewhere suitable to live.
Oh, please, take all the time you need.
But once that baby comes, you're not going to be able to get rid of me. Do you know that I cannot wait to be a doting grandmother?
I'll tell you something, I'm not the only one that's changed. I never thought that the G word would ever pass your lips.
Well, it's just that your future ahead is so bright with you and Adam and the baby, and now I can relax and enjoy it. So can you. I see nothing but good things in store for you and Adam&Liza.
You gave the order to cut 10% out of Transglobal's hide. I warned you then that an operation like ours that could be lethal. Do you remember what you said?
Well, all I said was do what had to be done.
And God help us, we did. Pink slipped a couple hundred people, forced the others to work twice as hard. You can't bully an airline, Mr. Chandler. You don't give it what it needs, it doesn't fly.
I didn't ask you to risk people's lives.
Do what has to be done. We knew what that meant. So did you.
It meant that Transglobal was never going to show a profit. A decent profit, unless some sacrifices were made.
Sacrifices? We made sacrifices, all right. Human sacrifices.
That's enough.
There's going to be more. If you don't ground every plane in this fleet.
I said that's enough.
Oh, well, that was close. I thought we were going to miss our flight.
Please tell me where we're going. You know I hate surprises.
Well, we're going to celebrate your reconciliation with Adam in style, darling. We're going to paint the town.
Any town in particular?
Well, think non-stop action 24 hours a day.
Sarajevo.
The Great White Way.
Mother.
Right, we're going to New York, darling. Where else?
That was so thoughtful of you.
Welcome to Transglobal Airlines. Thank you.
Some good news for a change, Adam. Looks like you'll be able to unload Corview after all. I found a buyer. Our interested party has been eyeing Transglobal for a while now, watching the numbers. They're happy to buy when we're down on our luck. So the price isn't what you would like, but at least you'll be rid of this whole mess.
No. It'll follow me forever.
No, as soon as we work out the details, you'll disappear in a blaze of paperwork. No one need ever know you were connected to Transglobal.
I don't know. I caused the crash of 149. Those people are dead because of me.
You're never to say those words again. I'm the only person you've said this to, I hope.
Yes.
Good. I'm bound by attorney-client confidentiality. Look, there's a certain amount of risk in every business.
Is that what the crash of Transglobal 149 is all about? Business as usual? The great American loophole?
Call it what you like. You're not liable for what happened.
I issued an order. Transglobal's operating costs were to be cut by 10% or kiss your careers goodbye. Well, I had one purchasing manager who was quite the company man. He bought bargain basement blades for the turbine engines. And the blades failed. And the planes crashed. And people died. But by God, I got my 10%.
Adam, you can't accept responsibility for that.
Why not? I accepted the profits.
You didn't know.
Well, I know now. And I also know what I'm going to do about it.
Nothing too foolish.
I'm going to ground every one of the planes in Transglobal's fleet and change every blade in every engine.
Shut down the airline, it'll cost you millions.
I don't give a damn.
The press will be all over us. They'll learn about the turbine blades. And the company I lined up to buy Corview will disappear. Grieving relatives will sue Transglobal Airlines down to its last bag of beer nuts. And when your connection to Corview is discovered, it'll ruin you, Adam. You'll spend the rest of your life in court and end your days without a penny to pass on to your children.
What's the alternative? I've got to fix those planes before another one falls out of the sky.
And you will. You'll continue to take each plane out of service one at a time, quietly. Replace the blades, tighten a nut or two, whatever, and send it back up. Meantime, you play the odds against another crash.
I didn't get where I am. I'm leaving it to the fates.
It won't be for long. As soon as you sign the deal to sell Corview, Transglobal will be someone else's problem.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You don't have to like it. You just have to live with it.
And if another plane fails, it's not my life that's at stake, is it?
I can't believe we're still sitting on the runway.
Well, we are flying Transglobal. Maybe it's just as well.
Oh, darling, I'm not going to let one freak accident keep me off the only direct flight from Pine Valley to Fifth Avenue.
Oh, of course not. After all, we need to shop till we drop.
That's not funny. No, anyway, darling, I'm serious. After that awful crash, I think they must be triple-checking everything. Transglobal's probably the safest airline in the world today.
Well, I'm sure you didn't have a problem getting a ticket, did you?
Look, if you're really worried, we can rectify that.
No.
Stewardess, excuse me, could you bring me an extra dry martini? Do you want anything, darling?
No, thank you.
Extra dry martini. Thanks.
How many extra dry martinis did you drink when you were pregnant with me?
I told you your father cut me off for the entire 9 months. Oh, it was much harder than that morning sickness, I'll tell you that.
Well, thank you for enduring both.
Mary was a great father, just like Adam's going to be.
And what makes you think that? Just because he hasn't raised any of his own children?
Well, it's going to be different with this time because he's never met anyone like you before, darling. I mean, you're his equal, you're his other self. This time he'll be able to raise his own child right from the beginning with a woman he's madly in love with.
Well, I do know that Adam has never abandoned any of his children. I think he has possibilities. If I keep an eye on him, I think he could be a wonderful father.
Then you're going to be a wonderful mother.
And you are going to be an astonishing grandmother.
Oh, definitely, darling, definitely.
At this moment, passengers, we request that you put your seats in an upright position
finally.
and fasten your seatbelts.
Well, let's hope you don't ever reread Auntie
Pilot's
May.
been given the all clear, and we're ready to take off.
I agree.
There are people who should feel guilty about my wife's death. But you're not one of them, Brooke. And you never were. Now, instead of thinking of your own safety or panicking, you saved my life. And you saved my baby's life. And everything that could have been done for Maria, you did that too.
I'm sorry it wasn't enough.
So am I. But it's not your fault. And I can't leave here with you thinking that it was.
I lived through that plane crash every time I close my eyes. I'll never know why I lived. And Maria died.
Listen to me. Why you and I lived, it's a question for God. Why Maria died, that's a question for Transglobal.
It's a question you've been asking. Tempo magazine's been covering the crash extensively, hasn't it?
Yes. We haven't gotten any real information from Transglobal. They've been dragging their feet on everything.
Well, to be fair, Transglobal did respond quickly to another incident on another one of their planes in which you were also involved.
Yes. I was at a transportation board meeting in D.C. regarding this matter. And I flew back on a Transglobal flight. And when we were landing, there was a sound, a bang, that was like the sound that night on that flight on 149. And I was out of control somewhat, and I admit that.
That's understandable.
Well, it wasn't understandable to the good people at Transglobal because they had me arrested for disturbing the peace.
Yeah, anything to shut you up. Whenever I ask any questions about the crash, the company shoves grief counseling down my throat like there's a problem with me because I want to know why my sister died.
Well, grief counseling can be helpful.
Transglobal doesn't care about our grief. They're afraid of our anger.
They've been shoving settlement money down our throat. I mean, before the dust had time to settle from the crash.
Really?
Transglobal has debts to pay, but it isn't debts that they can pay in dollars and cents. Maria Santos was a loving wife and a devoted mother, a loyal sister, and a compassionate doctor. And what is the going rate for a life like that? can't repay the people that Maria loved with money or with counseling. The only way that you can repay people is by telling them the truth. Transglobal owes Edmund and Mateo and me and Maria the truth about what happened that night. And they owe it to all of the victims and all of the survivors of Flight 149. And as long as people fly on that airlines, they are playing Russian roulette. And I hope to hell that the person who is responsible for this disaster never has a day of peace.
You know, a few weeks ago, you blanched at the thought of being called grandmother. And now you are playing it to the hilt.
Oh, you find this amusing, do you?
No, I think it is very, very sweet.
By the way, what are you going to name the little one?
I don't know. I mean, I think I've been so busy trying to carve a place out for it in the world, I never thought about what I'd name her when she arrived.
Well, I've got a great idea. How about Colby?
No.
Why not? It's perfect for a little girl or a little boy. Oh!
What's that?
Oh, no, darling. I hope you're not going to panic every time we hit a little air pocket.
Mother, of course I'm going to panic every time. I mean, does that look like it's good news?
No.
Passengers, we ask that those of you not in your seats, please return to them now, and that all of you fasten your seatbelts once again. There's no cause for alarm, but as a precaution, the pilots decided to turn the plane around and return to Pine Valley Airport. Again, there is no cause for alarm. Once you've deplaned at Pine Valley, we will transfer you to another aircraft, and you'll be on your way to the Big Apple.
I'm sure the information you brought to light will put some fire back in the investigation.
Let's just hope Transglobal feels the heat.
I'd like to thank all of my guests for being here. I'm sure you all had more pleasant things to do with your afternoon than relive one of the worst nights of your life. And I'd like to thank you for being with us today. Until next time, this is Tad Martin signing off for The Cutting Edge. And we're out. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can imagine dealing with you. Numbers. I'm sure I told you. I just have to hold an iron when I get here. Okay. All right.
You all right?
Yeah.
Brooke?
Oh, Adam. Hi.
Hi.
Did you see the show?
Oh, most of it, yes. Brooke, there's something I have to tell you.
Yes.
Well, it's just that I'm sorry.
Oh, Adam, thank you. What do you have to be sorry for?
Well, I'm just sorry about what happened, that's all.
You know, as a matter of fact, I owe you an apology.
You do?
For all those times I used to accuse you of being the most ruthless businessman in the world. Well, I can tell you the people behind Transglobal have taught me what pure, uncaring ruthlessness really is. I appreciate it. Listen, you'll excuse me? I want to go find Edmund.
Yes. Ted, do you know where Liza is?
I don't think she came in today. Looks like you're going to have to keep better track of your valuables there, Adam.
Hi. How are things on the old home front?
They're fine. Liza's home now. For good.
Oh, yippee. Well, I'm really happy things are working out for the two of you. Or the three of you.
I have some urgent business I have to discuss with Liza. Did she happen to say where she was going?
Oh, good Lord, where did this man learn to fly? Correspondence school? I'm scared too. Look what's going on up there. We've got a right to know.
Please, everyone, we're experiencing a degree of turbulence.
Adam? Woody has no idea where Liza is, but there is a voicemail message from Marion saying she won't be in today.
I know she won't be in. I want to know where she is, Tad.
Well, you don't like being away from her, do you?
I have an important business matter to discuss with her.
Since when do you need to discuss your business with anybody?
Our marriage is like a partnership. I rely on her in a variety of areas, Haley.
Gee, you don't say. I know the feeling. Howdy, partner.
So, you asked your dad about using his lawyers?
What's that?
Not yet. I was getting to that. Dad, I want to sue Corview.
Oh.
It's not about money or anything, really. It's more to get answers. And I know Barry Shire and his team were, the tops and everything. And I don't ask you for favors, you know that, but this is really important.
Yes, it is important. But it's a good deal more complicated than you might realize, Haley. Honey, I have to say something.
Excuse me, it just came over the cable news. There's been another transglobal incident.
No way.
Well, there's no fatalities, but apparently a plane had to turn back to the Pine Valley Airport. They made a hard landing, and some woman's been taken to the hospital.
Why is Transglobal allowed to put planes in the air?
Yes, where?
Adam, something terrible has happened. It's Liza.
What are you talking about? What happened to Liza?
It's all my fault. I wanted to take her shopping as a special treat. We should have taken the train.
You come to the point. Was it an accident? What happened?
We were on a plane and something went wrong.
What were you doing on a plane to go shopping?
You're flying to New York.
New York?
At least we were trying to, but then the plane had to turn back.
Why?
Because something went wrong.
What airline, Mary?
Transglobal.
Mary, you didn't...
And Adam, when the plane hit the tarmac, there was this terrible jolt. It knocked the flight attendant right off her feet, and then suddenly Liza started having these terrible pains.
Where is she?
In the hospital. And I'm really scared. I'm frightened for Liza and the baby, Adam.
All right, I'm on my way.
Adam, what the hell's going on? Is Liza all right?
She was on
Transglobal.
It was a rough landing. Liza's hurt. She's in the hospital.
I'm going with you.
Yeah, I'll bring the car.
Yeah, get on the phone. Call the airline. Find out everything you can. I'm going to call the FAA.
We need to talk.
Miles, not right now. I have to go.
Not until we've gotten something settled.
There must be something more you can tell me. I mean, I am her mother.
Mary, I'm very sorry.
Joe, where is she? Where's Liza?
She's in the labor room. Stan Clater is with her.
Can I see her?
Well, not until he finishes examining.
What's the prognosis? How is she?
She's not in any imminent danger.
Marion said that she had cramps. How about the baby?
Liza was pretty shaken up when the airplane landed. It caused her to go into preterm labor.
She's in labor.
Oh, because of that damned airline.
Well, it's possible. Any kind of shock, emotional or physical, can bring about premature contractions.
Well, what are you doing about it? There must be some way to stop the contractions.
We have her on IV drip. Magnesium sulfate. That should do it.
Is that all you can do?
Well, there are other drugs, but mag sulfate works the fastest.
Then what?
Well, then, assuming the contractions do stop, we'll have to see and wait a while before we can determine whether the pregnancy will proceed normally.
Are you saying she could lose the baby?
She's only 5 months along.
What does that mean?
That means if we're 26 weeks or longer, the baby's chances will be much better. Well, look, no use speculating. It's too early for that. Why don't I see if I can get an update from Stan Clater? Why don't you just stay here? I'll be back.
Oh, Adam, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I never should have gotten Liza on that plane.
It's the airline's fault. The airline's fault. I mean, you buy a ticket, and you think that management is going to do its best to protect you. I'm sure those cretins fly their family and friends on other airlines.
It must not happen.
Did Dr. Clater tell you something you didn't tell me about the baby?
No. I didn't even talk to Dr. Clater.
Well, that's good. Because if there was something wrong, he would tell you, right?
Sure. So you're not in any pain now? The medication is...
Yeah. I'm fine. The cramps stopped.
Oh.
I'm just a little twinge or something now and then.
What did Dr. Clater tell you?
That it would have been better if I were further along, but that hopefully our little girl would be born right on schedule.
Of course she will.
I wish of tomorrow, Adam. we could take her home and be a family.
It's all gonna happen, Liza.
You think so?
Yes, of course I think so. We haven't been through all of this to get this far. This was just a warning.
Warning of what?
Well, that we can't take anything for granted. I promise you that I am going to be by your side until this baby is born, and I'm not going to let business, or you're not going to let your television station get in the way of what we both know is the most important thing in our lives.
A remote, please? Thank you.
That clearing down by the pool?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to build a gazebo there. And you can sit in the shade and watch little Liza learn to ride in the pony ring.
Little who?
Little Liza.
What pony ring?
The one I'm going to build beside the gazebo.
What is it?
What is it?
Oh, sorry, I can't. Oh.
No.
Oh, make it be over. Make it be over.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it okay?
I don't know. Maybe it's stopping.
Probably is.
I have such a headache.
Dr. Joe said the IV drip would cause the headache. It is helping, isn't it?
For now, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It'll work, Liza. It'll work.
I can't lose the baby, Anna.
No. The doctors are doing everything they can. You're doing everything you can. You just have to try to relax, sweetheart.
I can't really... Oh. I think it's another contraction. I can't. Please don't let this happen.
Really?
Please don't let this happen.
Maybe it's not a contraction. Maybe the baby's changed position.
No, it's a contraction. Get Dr. Clater. Get Dr. Clater, please.
I need a doctor in here. Get Dr. Clater. Increase the dosage.
The baby.
Change the medication.
Do as you can, Liza. Breathe slowly and deeply. We can stave off this next contraction.
That's it, sweetheart. Just that's it. You're doing it. Breathe slowly. Yes, you got it. Good. How do you feel? Feeling better? You're doing beautifully, sweetheart. That's it. You're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Okay? Just relax.
Oh, I feel something. What is it? What's going on?
It's another contraction.
Oh, no, please don't.
Adam.
Please don't let
Adam,
me
you have
have
to
it.
leave.
I don't want to lose
No, sorry,
the
you
baby.
have to leave. No, he's got to leave.
No, I don't want him to
It'll be
go.
all
I
right.
want him to stay with me.
I'll be right outside.
I want you to...
I'll be right outside. You'll be fine. I'll be right outside.
How's Liza and the baby?
The contractions have started again. Dr. Clater's trying to stop them, but...
Adam.
Oh, no.
What's taking so long? I can't stand this.
She was in such pain.
This waiting is just...
Liza?
She'll be fine. I'm so sorry, Adam. We couldn't stop the labor.
Liza?
She's tired, weak. You can go see her, but please, keep it short, huh?
Came through for us like a champ. Assumed full responsibility for the purchase and use of all substandard equipment.
What the hell does any of that matter now, Barry?
Adam, please.
Barry, you just don't get it. Liza and I lost our baby because of this mess. And it's my fault. It's my own damn fault.
Why? Why did this happen? It's all my fault. I never should have insisted on taking you to New York shopping. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm never going to be able to forgive myself, Liza, never.
It was an accident, Mother. There's no one you can blame. Does Adam know?
I was with him when Dr. Cleater broke the news.
How is he?
He's absolutely devastated.
Does he hate me?
Does he hate you? Liza, why would you ever think that?
Because I wasn't strong enough. Or something.
Darling, Adam loves you with all his heart. His first question was, is Liza going to be all right? He's right outside, darling. Should I get him?
No. No. And what do I do? Adam said that he would look back at this as the happiest time of his life. I mean, the misunderstandings and the fights and the separations. The baby was the thing that brought us together.
Liza, that brief little life that burned so brightly inside of you.
She was a tiny angel. It showed you and Adam the way back to each other.
She's gone, Mama.
But you can still feel the love she left behind.
Your daughter's life had meaning because you and Adam were reborn through her.
So mourn for your loss, Liza. But never lose sight of what you've gained.
Have you seen Liza?
No, not yet.
She's resting comfortably. You can go see her whenever you feel you're ready.
I'm sorry.
Sweetheart, you don't have anything to be sorry about.
Dreams were never really for me. I had goals and ambitions. You know, I always had what I wanted in life. And then I fell in love with you. And I realized I'd been wishing for all the wrong things. when I became pregnant with our child, and then we got together. My life was perfect. Really. And I think maybe I must have been too happy. Did I ask for too much? Because I didn't count my blessings, Adam. I embraced them. Do you think that's why I'm being punished?
No. Oh, no. You didn't bring this on yourself, Liza. I did.
It was the airline's fault. Brooke was right. You know, Transglobal, they don't care about their passengers. You would have thought that they would have put precautions after 149 self-destructed, but they didn't. I shouldn't have gotten on the plane. I'm to blame. That's all.
No. There's no way you could have known.
I should have never boarded the plane, Adam. I took a chance with our child's life. And now she's gone.
Liza, there's something I have to tell you.
I know. I know you don't love me anymore.
Of course I love you.
I've given you nothing. Nothing but unhappiness.
I'll tell you what you've given me, Liza. Given me the knowledge that this old heart of mine can still love. You've given me uninvited and unexpected joy. You gave me the courage to love you the way you deserve to be loved. In spite of the fact that I was terrified you wouldn't love me back. Said by some miracle, you did.
We came really close, didn't we? We pretty much had everything anyone could ever wish for.